Dear students, today I will introduce you to the complex numbers. We will see what is complex number and also we'll learn about some basic formulas. Okay. First, let us see the definition of complex number. A complex number is defined as an ordered pair of real numbers x and y and is denoted by x, y. In ordered pair, we can write as x and y. Okay. It is also written as z equal to x, y ordered pair is equal to x plus I, y, where this x is real part and this y is imaginary part. The coefficient of y is called the imaginary part and the term which doesn't contain I is the real part. Real part is denoted by REZ or simply RZ, and imaginary part can be denoted as IMZ or simply IZ. This is the basic definition of complex number. Okay, next. See, Z equal to IZ, Z equal to X plus IY is the Cartesian form of complex number. Since we are writing in X and Y, in terms of X and Y, so it is called the Cartesian form. Now, Z equal to R into cos theta plus I sin theta. Then this is the polar form of complex number. And last one, the exponential form of complex number is Z equal to R e raised to I theta. In these two equations, R is called the modulus and theta is called the argument or amplitude. We will see its formulas. See, geometrical approach. When I am saying z equal to x plus iy, what does it mean? X means real, and when I am saying x is real number, so real number, that means it denotes x axis. Okay, it is also called real axis. And when I am saying y is imaginary number, then this y axis is also known as imaginary axis. And the term or the point xy, if I name it as p of xy, that means this x is from real axis and this y is from imaginary axis. Okay, now next topic, we'll see here how to find the modulus and argument of complex number. Modulus and argument of complex number. If I take z equal to x plus iy is any complex number and x equal to r cos theta and I am taking y is equal to r sin theta, then r equal to, or we can say modulus equal to under root of x square plus y square. Okay, this is the formula which we need to remember. Now let us move towards the amplitude or argument of complex number. We denote amplitude and argument by theta. We can also say as angle between the x and y coordinates. Okay. Formula is theta equal to tan inverse y by x. Now depending upon the different values of x and y, we have different formulas of theta which will be easy for us to calculate the proper values, which will give us the proper values. Okay, so as we know that in a unit circle there are 4 quadrants. Okay, in first quadrant, when x and y both are positive, then argument of z or theta will be equal to simply tan inverse y by x. When I move towards the second quadrant, that is when x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0, then argument or theta will be pi minus tan inverse y by x. For the third quadrant, when x is less than 0 and y is less than 0, argument of z or theta will be tan inverse y by x minus pi. And last one, that is fourth quadrant, when x is positive and y is negative, then theta will be equal to minus tan inverse mod of y by x. These are the four formulas which we always need to remember for complex analysis. Okay, now next. See, let us see some questions. Express the following numbers in the polar form. We have been given z equal to root 3 plus I. We have to convert this Cartesian form to the polar form. Okay. Now z equal to root 3 plus I we are given. So x will be equal to root 3 and coefficient of I is 1. So y equal to 1. First we find r. R is under root of x square plus y square. So that will be under root of root 3 square plus 1 square, which is equal to root 4 equal to 2. Now for theta or argument, see, x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. So the terms lie in first quadrant, our values are in first quadrant. So theta equal to tan inverse y by x. We will substitute the values of y and x. We get tan inverse 1 by root 3, which is equal to pi by 6. Now the formula for polar form is z equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. So we have obtained the value of r as 2. So r equal to 2 I am substituting here, and we will put the value of theta, which is pi by 6. Cos pi by 6 plus I sin pi by 6. So this is the polar form of given complex number. Okay, now let us see one more example. Z equal to minus root 3 minus I. Okay, now x will be minus root 3, coefficient of I is minus 1, so y is minus 1. Both are less than 0. So we will use the formula for third quadrant, formula for third quadrant to find theta. Okay, now r equal to under root of x square plus y square, which that will be equal to minus root 3 square plus minus 1 square, which is again root 4, and that is equal to 2. Now for third quadrant, formula for theta is minus pi plus tan inverse y by x. We are taking here mod. Okay, so we have no need to put minus sign while we are putting the values of x and y. So minus pi plus tan inverse 1 upon root 3. Now again we know that tan inverse 1 upon root 3 is pi by 6. On simplifying and taking LCM, we get theta as minus 5 pi by 6. Now again we know that the formula for polar form is z equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore z will be equal to r, will replace here r equal to 2 cos minus 5 pi by 6 plus I sin minus 5 pi by 6. This is the value we have substituted here. So this is our final polar form of the given complex number. Okay, now let us solve one more example. Find the real and imaginary parts of minus 1 minus I raised to 7 plus minus 1 plus I raised to 7. We have to find this both values first, and then we will add both these values and we will find the real and imaginary parts. Okay. Now first let us consider for the term minus 1 minus I raised to 7. See, here x is minus 1, y is also minus 1. Both are less than 0. That is, we will consider here for third quadrant. Let us find r. R is under root of x square plus y square. On substituting the values of x and y, we'll get r equal to root 2. And for theta, we will use the formula for third quadrant, minus pi plus tan inverse y by x. Both are 1, 1. So tan inverse 1 by 1 will be pi by 4. Okay. Taking the LCM, we get minus 3 pi by 4. Now, see, we have just found r and theta. Now, the polar form we will use here. Now, the polar form of minus 1 minus I raised to 7. We can write it as r raised to 7 cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 7. I will put the values of r and theta. R equal to root 2. Theta equal to minus 3 pi by 4. Okay. Now, according to De Moivre's formula, we can put this 7 beside this angle. Okay. This is the De Moivre's formula. Now, root 2 raised to 7 will be 8 root 2. I will multiply this 7 here, both sides of sine and cos with the angle. Okay. So, I will get here 21 pi by 4 cos 21 pi by 4 plus I sin 21 pi by 4. Okay. Now, similarly, we'll find the value for minus 1 plus I raised to 7. Here x is minus 1 and y is plus 1. X is less than 0, y is greater than 0. This will be in second quadrant, and formula for theta will be pi minus tan inverse y by x. So on substituting the values of y and x, we get the value of theta as 3 pi by 4, and r equal to under root of x square plus y square, which is equal to root 2. Now again I will see the polar form. Minus 1 plus I raised to 7 equal to r raised to 7 cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 7. According to De Moivre's formula, we can put this 7 here, both sides. Okay. Now root 2 raised to 7 will be 8 root 2. And this will become cos 21 pi by 4 plus I sin 21 pi by 4. Now we will add both the values. I am adding here both the values. When I will add this, 8 root 2 is common. So I am taking common 8 root 2. I am taking out it common. Now the first term was cos 21 pi by 4 minus I sin 21 pi by 4. The other term will be cos 21 pi by 4 plus I sin 21 pi by 4. Now, see, we can see this both terms will get cancelled. Okay. So, I will get cos 21 pi by 4 plus cos 21 pi by 4. That is 2 times of cos 21 pi by 4. Now, this will become 16 root 2 cos 21 pi by 4. Now cos 21 pi by 4 can be written as minus cos pi by 4, and cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 So root 2 will get cancelled, which will be equal to only minus 16. Now minus 16 can be written as minus 16 plus 0i. So here the real part is minus 16 and imaginary part is 0. Real part is minus 16 and imaginary part will be 0. Now let us take one more example. The question is, what region in Z plane is represented by 1 less than mod of Z minus 2 plus 3i less than 2. Here we have to find the region in Z plane for the given equation. See, now we have 1 less than mod of Z minus 2 plus 3i less than 2. Now we will substitute here Z equal to x plus iy, and the rest of the terms will be as it is. Now I am taking the real part together and imaginary parts together. See here, real parts are x minus 2 and imaginary part is y plus 3a. So I am taking y common, so remaining part will be y plus 3. Now I will apply the formula of modulus here. Formula for modulus is under root of x square plus y square, that is under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Here real part is x minus 2, so we will put under root of x minus 2 square, and imaginary part is y plus 3. So I will put y plus 3 whole square. Now I will remove the root. To remove the root, I have to square on both the sides. So in the next step from here, I will square both the sides. So 1 will be converted to 1 square and 2 will be converted to 2 square, and in the center the root will be removed. Now from the formula of circle, we can see here that center is 2 and minus 3. Okay. So now let us modify this equation. This can be written as, first I am taking the first portion, only this portion I am taking. 1 less than mod of z minus 2 plus 3a. This represents a circle, exterior of the circle. Okay, means this will represent a circle with radius greater than 1. And when I am taking the second part, that is mod of z minus 2 plus 3i less than 2, this will represent the interior of the circle, means it will represent a circle with radius less than 2. So from this both equation, we can say that it represents the region between the two circles. This equation represents the region between two circles with center 2, minus 3 and radius 1 and 2. See here, below rough diagram I have shown, center is 2, minus 3 and the inside circle is with radius 1 and this outside circle is with radius 2. So in this way you can represent any of the complex plane in Z plane. Now let us take one more example. It is based on the formula of argument. Show that argument of z plus argument of z bar is equal to 2n pi, where n is an integer or 0. So first we are assuming that we are taking z as a complex number, x plus iy. Then z bar will be x minus iy. Now from the formula of argument, we can write argument of z plus argument of z bar is equal to argument of z into z bar. Now z into z bar will be equal to x square plus y square. You can multiply these both terms and you can verify it. And now I am assuming x square plus y square as a. Now I am taking as a equal to r cos theta and r sin theta equal to 0, because we are taking real and imaginary part. Okay, so here there is no imaginary part, so this can be taken as x, which can be written as r cos theta, and there is no imaginary part, that is why, so I am taking that as 0 equal to r sin theta. Now on comparing both the sides, we can write here r equal to a, I am taking as r equal to a, and cos theta equal to 1, and from here, since r is equal to a, so sin theta will be equal to 0. Therefore we can write theta equal to 2 n y. Okay, so if I am taking n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, so any number if I will take n, then cos theta will always be equal to 1, and any number n I will take as, then sin theta will always be equal to 0. So theta is either an integer or 0. Therefore we can write argument of z plus argument of z bar equal to 2n pi. Hence we have proved the example. Now next is De Moivre's theorem, which is an important topic for the complex number. First, let us see the statement of De Moivre's theorem. If n is a rational number, the value of one or more values, then cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We just need to remember this equation, that cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta, where n is any rational number. Now let us take one example on De Moivre's formula. The question is, simplify cos 3 theta minus I sin 3 theta whole square into cos 7 theta plus I sin 7 theta raised to minus 3 upon cos 5 theta plus I sin 5 theta raised to 6 into cos 2 theta minus I sin 2 theta raised to minus 5. This is our given equation. Now we will use here De Moivre's formula. See, according to De Moivre's formula, cos n theta plus I sin n theta raised to n can be written as cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Now in the reverse form, we can also write cos n theta plus I sin n theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n. So here we have given of the form cos 3 theta minus I sin 3 theta. This can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta raised to minus 3. Similarly, here this angle n will be the power of cos theta plus I sin theta. Similarly, in the denominator, cos 5 theta plus I sin 5 theta can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 5, and in the same way cos 2 theta minus I sin 2 theta can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta raised to minus 2. Now see, we will just use the rules of exponents. So this will become minus 3 into 2 will become minus 6, 7 into 3 will become minus 3 will become minus 21, minus 2 into minus 5 is equal to 10, and 5 into 6 is 30. Now you can see here all the bases are same. When bases are same and is in multiplication form, you can simply add the powers. See here, from this can be written as minus 6 minus 21, which is equal to minus 27, and in the denominator 30 plus 10 can be written as 40. Now, by the rules of exponent, when the numerator goes to the denominator, the powers will be subtracted. So, minus 27 minus 40, this will become equal to cos theta plus I sin theta raised to minus 67. Now, again, according to De Moivre's rule, this can be written as cos 67 theta minus I sin 67 theta. So students, this was the basic introduction of complex number, and we have discussed an important rules and some formulas and theorem on complex number. Thank you.